Go. Funniest moments on the golf course.
Funniest moments.
What stood out for you? Like you've just either come off the course absolutely laughing your head off, or like just you just shake your head because it's been so bizarre. Like I've had one. We were playing a Saturday comp the other week, and there's a few ditches around Marble, and one of the members was driving a cart, didn't see the ditch and drove straight into the ditch, like literally nose down, but didn't get out of it, and then we had to lift him out of it.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, it was one of those, that way when you wish you had remembered to take a picture of it. Yeah. For everybody to see it, it's one of those.
I'd love to ask you that one.
let's not do names.
So, funny moments for myself. I said there's always good general banter. There's always those bad, funny shots. As a four-ball, you could always be chopping it round together, having a laugh. But distinctive memories, I'd say one that's quite recent. It was actually about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It was when I first met my girlfriend.
Yep.
And I was the assistant at Stockport Golf Club at the time.
Okay.
And it was like our first week we met each other, and she knew I played golf, and her stepdad is a very, very good golfer as well. He's been off scratch most of his life, and she's known him for most of her life. So she knows quite a bit about golf. So she's like, I want to come and see you play. So I said, right, great, yeah, no problem.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. So it was after work. I got a buggy.
Yep.
And I thought, right, we'll fly around. There's nobody about, which there wasn't. It was very, very quiet. So we got in a buggy, flying around, and I think about the fifth hole, which is a short par 3. I parked up in the trees.
So she plays golf as well, I take it?
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
No,
she just wanted to watch you play golf?
She wanted to watch me, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Right, okay. Wow, that is pressure.
Yeah, I know. So we got to near the tee, the par 3. I parked it into these like small trees, facing the opposite way. And she was sat in the buggy, played my shot towards the green, put it pretty close, dead happy with myself, got in the buggy, whacked the steering wheel full lock one way, put my foot down. She came flying into me on the buggy. I hit the side of the buggy, but luckily I stayed on. She flew over me, out of the edge of the buggy, onto the floor. So you imagine that you've not been speaking very long. I just hit a great shot, turned the wheel, she's out on the floor. And I'm there like, hands on my face, thinking, what have I just done? Panicking, saying, you okay? Luckily, she was alright, but yeah.
Did she find the funny side?
In the end, yeah, absolutely, yeah. We laugh about it today. But I said that was probably a funny recent memory.
Wow, that's pretty hard to beat, to be fair. That's a cracker.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Every time we speak about golf, it's brought up in front of people we're meeting for the first time. Yeah, he threw me out of a buggy once.
Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah.
I have a memory from St Andrews. We were there with Peugeot, and we were coming up the 18th, and I was playing awful. I was hacking my way around one of the greatest courses on earth, and it was just torture. So up the 18th, hit my driver, best drive of the day, straight down the fairway, middle of the fairway. I was so pleased with myself. There was also a fellow journalist there. I was a journalist at the time. And he was from the Daily Telegraph. Yeah. And he was like, we were chatting, and they were walking on up, the two of them. They were on up the fairway, and I was talking to the guy from Peugeot. We were like 20 yards, 25 yards behind them. The guy from the Daily Telegraph got out his fairway wood, fired it up. Good shot, really good shot. Mm-hmm. We got up, and we were like, where's my ball? He had hit my ball.
Oh, no.
It was the best shot of the day, and he'd hit my ball. I was like, "It's unbelievable." And he was like adamant that it wasn't my ball. He was like, "No, you're right there. You're in the rough." I was like, "No, trust me. It's the only shot I've played well today. I know it was dead center." So we got up to the hole, and it was my ball. I was absolutely gutted. But what can you do? He was.
I've done it before. I'm sure it's happened probably more than once.
It does happen, doesn't it?
But when you're adamant, it's my ball.
Yeah, But that's why it's one of the reasons why you should always mark it, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
You should have definitely a mark on your ball or your initials or something.
Absolutely.
Just something that says, yeah, that's definitely my ball.
Yeah, I'd say most golf balls you find in the course, they have no markings on, or they have a line. And how do you know that one was exactly yours?
Exactly.
There's so many with a line.
Or even people put dots on it, but loads of people put dots on it.
Yeah.
It's I put my initials on it because
it's very distinctive.
Whereas when I lose a lot, when I lose a few balls, I see my ball in the pro shop and go, oh yeah, you found another one.
Yeah.
But at least it's your ball.
Yeah.
It's because that happened to me and it was just I was gutted.
Yeah.
So
I've got another funny memory, but it's not on the course.
Go on.
It's in the clubhouse.
They're usually even better, to be fair.
Yeah, but this is when I was younger. This isn't like we'd had a few beers or a roll. This is when I was younger.
Right.
This is something that will stick me forever. This is it's really, really bizarre. So when we're younger, as juniors, we're always trying to find ways to entertain ourselves during winter.
Yep.
So when we finish playing and it's dark at 4 o'clock, we come inside and we're still thinking, right, we're up here. We want to spend still some time up here and have a bit of a laugh. We used to do anything. We used to play cricket up there. And a lot of the time we used to play Manhunt.
Manhunt.
So Manhunt, it's like it's a game where it's almost like TIFF, almost like TIFF.
Okay.
But basically, there's one person there, and everyone goes and hides. They're very similar. I can't remember the exact rules why it's different to TIFF.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. I think you've got to grab them or something like that. You can't just tap them.
Can't just
grab
tap
them.
Yeah.
If you don't grab them, they get away. That's why it's called Manhunt. You go on hunting. But basically, we used to do it a lot when we were younger. We must have been like 12 years old or something. And this one was in the clubhouse. So it was dark outside, we couldn't really play.
Yeah.
And we're in the clubhouse thinking, we haven't really got enough money to get drinks upstairs. We spent all our pocket money. And there was probably about 12 of us. We were in the locker room downstairs, the men's locker room was quite big. And we thought, how can you play Manhunt here? So one of them said, let's turn the light off and let's see if you can find them in the dark. I'm thinking, right, I have no idea where this is going. So they turned the light off and said, right, go and hide. So this one, the person who was away, and everyone else is hiding around everywhere. The showers, in any cupboard you could find, the lockers underneath the steps. And I remember it was just so strange for me. I don't think this is that funny for anybody else that was a part of it. But I chose to lie underneath a bench, underneath the lockers.
Yep.
And you imagine that there's a cleaner that comes in. About 5 o'clock, thinking that everyone's gone home. There's no noise because there's all the lights off, and we're all hiding.
Yep.
And before we say right go, the cleaner comes in, opens the door, and turns the light on.
Yep.
And just turn the light on. Everyone's hidden, so you can't really see anybody. But do you know when you're looking into a room, you know there's a face looking at you somewhere. So I was lay underneath this bench, looking head on at this person. There's nowhere of me hiding. Just looking at this person, this cleaner, and finally this clocked. Our eyes met. So you imagine turning the light onto a room, and seeing this kid just underneath this this bench, looking at you in the dark, like, "You all right?" Like, yeah. It was one of them, like, yeah, I'm alright. And all these people come out of the locker room. It was just, for me, it was like looking back, thinking, what on earth was going on? It was bizarre.
That sounds nuts.
Yeah, it was.
It's absolutely
just
nuts.
The confusion on the cleaner's face.
So we've got we don't have much time left because you've got some lessons coming up.
Yes.
So 2-minute tip.
2-minute tip.
Yeah.
So this is the first
tip. Yeah. So let's go back to basics.
Yeah.
And
so
maybe posture or stance or grip.
Well, I'd say straight away, just try and see your PGA Pro.
Yeah.
And most people who see the PGA Pros for the first time, they allow the pro to see something then fix it.
Yeah.
I would ask them to try and check the fundamentals first. The biggest one is grip. Absolutely, grip.
Yeah.
If you grip it incorrectly, it's going to restrict on what you can do in the golf swing, on how you can swing it. It will limit what you can do. It will limit feel as well, massively as well, the feel.
Okay.
Very quickly, you've got gripping it in the palm of the fingers. Now you should be gripping it more towards the fingers.
Yep.
And not a lot of mid-palm contact on the grip.
You can see 2 knuckles, is that right?
Yeah, you should be able to see 2 knuckles, 2.5 knuckles on your left hand, and on your right hand it's the V that your thumb and the index finger make towards your sternum or the inside of your right armpit.
Cool.
Now, anywhere between that, it's there's the grip.
Yeah.
But there are videos on YouTube. This is where I will go to it and say this is okay because it's a textbook answer. You can't really get it wrong.
Yeah.
So what they say on there, I agree with.
Okay.
But go to grip, get it looked at if you can, and then maybe go to posture. That's number 2.
Super.
2 big things.
Okay. Well, let's do posture next week then.
Okay.
Because that's your 2 minutes up for your tip.
Yeah.
Hacker update and raceful goal paint. We're going to talk about that next week. How a hacker achieves goal paint.
Yeah. Okay.
How they get out of the psyche that they just hack around.
Yeah.
How they also lower their handicap and how they go for the goal paint.
Yeah.
It may take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but let's discuss that a bit more fundamentally because everybody in every golf club wants goal paint.
Absolutely. I've just taken a client on last week who said to me, Luke, I want to win Captain's Day this year. I need your help. And it's in a few weeks.
There we go.
So it's limited time.
Yep.
That's a great example right there.
Super. But yeah, what's coming up next week? Are we going to talk about a few bits of gear as well?
Yeah, we can speak about some bits of gear. I've just gotten some new woods.
Oh, hello.
I've got a 3-wood, 5-wood and a driver.
Oh, are we driving a bit longer then, are we? Because I've seen your drives.
Yeah, I don't need longer.
Oh, brilliant. Here we go. I'm not playing with you again for a while then.
Yeah, so I've got the Sim 2s.
Nice.
So I've tried Callaway for years. They're a very, very good brand. I've never tried TaylorMade. I'm just trying them out, and so good as well. So,
nice one.
So I can give some information, feedback on those clubs.
That'd be good. And also, you've been to Scotland recently, so we need to talk about a few courses in the next few pods.
Spent 5 days at some fantastic golf courses in Scotland recently. Yeah.
Super. Luke, thanks very much, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks very much.